Got an RV hose with a filter on the end. My hot liquor tank is only 10 gallons, so I'm going right up to the 10-gallon mark. Time to crush the grain. So we got the grain crushed. Looks like a pretty good crush. The Monster Mill MM3 is a great mill. Next, gotta check on the strike water. So we got to get to 168 degrees because my mash tun is at 80 degrees, 81, and the grain temp is at 79. So 168 degrees will get me to my temperature of 153 to mash in. So I got my strike water up to 169, which is where I needed to be. And now I'm pumping it down through the pump and then back up into the mash tun. And I've got to pump 9 gallons into there, and then I will mash in. So we're getting all doughed in here. Making sure there's no dough balls. Let's keep it nice and stirred up. And you can see we hit 153, just where we want to be. So now mash is almost complete. So now I'm doing a recirculation of it just to set the grain bed, clear up the wort a little bit. I've got my hot liquor tank full with my sparge water. It's a little bit hot right now, so I'm letting it cool down. I want to be at 168, so I've got a couple of degrees to drop while it is recirculating. And as you can see, it's already starting to get a little bit clearer. So I'll recirculate it for probably 10 minutes or so. And then the sparge water should be ready, and we'll be on to the next step. Got the fermenter waiting back there, ready to go. So now I'm fly sparging, coming out of the hot liquor tank, coming down through the pump, back up into the top of the mash tun. So I'm putting 168 degree water into the mash tun as I'm pulling the wort out of the mash tun. Through here, down, up through the pump, back over, and up into the boil kettle. So the rate should be the same going in to the mash tun as what's coming out into the hot liquor tank. So once that's done, we'll be on to the boil and clean up the mash tun. So we're getting to the end of the sparge. Hitting the top of the grain. And we have got almost 10 gallons so far. So now we got a rolling boil. So we'll boil it for an hour. About 15 minutes, we'll put Werflock in it and yeast nutrient. Got the mash tun all cleaned out. Got my screens. So I put this one in the bottom of that SS one just to keep all the small particulate from getting in. And then I've got my other false bottom. Saved a little bit of grain for the chickens. And that's it so far. Okay, so the boil is done. Now we are whirlpooling. That way we can leave a cone in the bottom. So coming out of the boil kettle, going down, valve up, over, and back up in. So we're doing a continuous loop. We'll do that for about 10-15 minutes, and then we'll transfer it out from the boil kettle, down and up through the pump, back out and over, down into the chiller, and then from the chiller it'll come out and go straight up into the fermenter. And we'll check the temperature while we're doing it because I want to keep it right around 70 degrees. And then I'll drop it down in my glycol chiller to probably 50, well, I think it's a 53. So that's where we're at now. Okay, so now we're pumping into the fermenter and chilling. But the groundwater here is fairly warm, so we're doing about 78. So I'll chill it down with a glycol chiller. But that's where we're at, and I'll show you the next step. Okay, so I'm about ready. I pitched the yeast, got it chilled down to 71 right now. I'm gonna set it at 62. I've got my oxygen tank through the carb stone. So I'm hitting with some oxygen here, and let's do it. Crank this up to hit it at 15 pounds. Through the carb stone. Got my blow-off tube. So should be good. Let her sit and see how the fermentation's going here in about 8 hours. Fermentation going on. A few hours later. Nice and fluffy. And we're set at 62 degrees. So blow-off tube is actually working quite nicely as well. So, I guess that's the end of the video for right now until I go to transfer, and maybe I'll do one on how I do a closed transfer. Thanks for watching. Hopefully I can kind of help some of you guys starting out.